Hello, Acres of Diamonds audience. Welcome back. I am co-founder Scott Gibbs with very handsome, deliciously handsome, very intelligent, charismatic leader and co-founder of Acre Diamond, DJ Ligori. And we are
Geez,
here
take me out to dinner first. Holy cow.
Hey. I'm in a good mood, man.
Yeah.
Good week. Daily Diamond number 59, Deej.
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
So I read something a couple days ago about character strengths, basically the different character principles that make up who you are. And when I was reading it, at the end, they actually have a test that you can take to see what your top character strengths are. There's 24 character strengths. An example of some of these would be like creativity, teamwork, humor, some skills that we all have throughout our lives, but some of them we might practice more than others. And basically this test is supposed to give you the ones that you practice the most, or the ones that you are the best at. Okay. And so I will actually put a link in the description of this video to the actual test. It was pretty interesting. It was about 100 questions. It took about 10 to 15 minutes. And some of them were like, do you really believe you're an honest person? And you had to like answer it correct, based upon what you really agree with. And it was pretty cool. And I have to say, they break it up into, so the top 5 that come out of the test are what you practice the most in your life. That's what I think they categorize them as like your major character strengths. Then they break them down into kind of your middle section and then your end section. And I have to say, the top 5 are pretty damn accurate, based upon what I think about myself.
All right, so we're going to do, you don't remember this game when you were growing up, but for the older people in the audience, there's a game called the Newlywed Game, and it's how well do you know your partner? So they would ask questions of the spouse and the newlywed, and then they ask the other one what the person said about them. So we're going to figure out how well I know my partner, DJ.
I wonder how many divorces came out of that show. That probably
we remember this one. They go, so this is how old the show was. So where would your husband say was the most strange place you've ever made whoopee? And the wife thinks about it. She goes, that'd have to be in the butt, Bob. So I'm not, hopefully we don't go down that road. We don't go down that road.
No, yeah, we try our best not to.
So, all right. So here are my guesses. You ready?
All right.
I looked at the list. I went to this the Strength Finder. I have teamwork.
Okay.
I have love.
Okay.
I have leadership.
Okay.
I have perseverance.
Okay.
I have self-regulation. Did I get any out of the 24?
You got one.
Which one?
Love.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
That's a good one.
And so do you want to know what number love was out of my top 5?
What?
Number 1.
I had it as number 2. I had teamwork as number 1.
You want to know where teamwork was?
Oh boy, here we go.
It was 19.
Yeah.
Man, apparently I think there is an
Hit me in the butt, Bob.
But I mean, I will say though, like when I was done taking the test, I was like 22 was fairness. And I was like, come on, like I'm really fair. Like I call fouls, like pick up a basketball. Like I'm as fair as it comes. Bravery was 23. I was like, man, now this thing thinks I'm a big pussy. I don't do anything. So I mean, so the top 5 were love was number 1, gratitude was number 2, curiosity was number 3, perspective was 4, and appreciation of beauty and excellence was number 5. I was happy that one made it in there because I do appreciate the finer things in life. But yeah, it was very cool to do this, and so I encourage anybody watching to try this as well to see how accurate this test is. It was pretty quick, 10 to 15 minutes, and you get curious. Curiosity being number 3, at least I got curious about it.
Yeah.
Like what according to their algorithms, based upon the way that you answer these questions, what does it produce for you? Because right now, we're going through the Culture Acres of Diamonds Mastermind Group, and we're figuring out who we are based upon a couple of areas that we have thought have been important. So here's another organization that thinks these areas are also important, and we've talked about many of these character strengths in our meetings. So different ways of understanding who you are.
It's funny. I was telling somebody about the Acres of Diamonds and the culture module, and we got shooting the shit about it. And he says, man, I got this word. I love this word. I created this new word. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, yep, I got this new word. It's called purposona. I said, what is purposona? He goes, it's when your purpose aligns with your persona. It's your purposona. He goes, it's a synergistic alignment between purpose and persona. And I go like, well, maybe I'll use that in Acres of Diamonds sometime. So there's my shout out to Ian Guberle about his purposona.
Purposona. I like it.
Purposona.
That's what we can name this episode. Daily Time number 59. Purposona.
Yeah, Purposona. Ian Guberle. We have to reference his name. I want him to get full credit for his word because it's pretty neat.
There we go.
Well, cool, DJ. And just quickly, how is the Culture Mastermind going? You've had 2 right so far, right?
We've had 2 and
6 attendees.
We've had 6 attendees, and you and me facilitating it and offering our input when we think it's needed. And I mean, we've had people getting emotional. We've had people helping other people. We've had different perspectives. We've had stories. I mean, it's been everything we thought and way more. And I honestly, so happy with the way that they are going, and so happy with the impact that it's having on the members of the group. I mean, each one of them has reached out to me personally. I've been on the phone with a couple of them, and they're saying, this is so cool. I've never done anything like this ever before. And they said, I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? We're cutting it off at basically almost 2 hours. And people don't want to cut it off because it's so valuable. So, I mean, the things we're learning about it, for everybody out there that might have an interest in it, is we're learning that there's a tremendous need for connection. Mm-hmm. Number 1. Number 2, we're learning that most people think the struggles, challenges that they're having with stress, anxiety, fear, uncertainty, doubt, overwhelm, depression, whatever it is, they think they're alone. And it's simply not true. We've done the research, we've done the homework, we've talked to, at this point, hundreds, if not thousands of people about what's going on in our culture today. And it's a confluence of a number of things. It's a confluence of 24/7, 365 negative media feeding into a culture that has stopped going to church, that has stopped going to Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, stopped having family dinners, stopped disciplining children in schools, right? So we have a lack of strong values and beliefs and moral compass. We have weak backbones, and that's being negatively influenced by 24/7, 365 negative media, negative mental McDonald's. Mm-hmm. And our children are suffering. Mm-hmm. They're suffering, and they don't have to. We've got the strategies, we've got the tactics. This team is figuring it out. They're changing overnight. I worked with a friend's son the other day. He's an 18-year-old senior, lives in Cincinnati. One meeting is different.
That's all, and that's all you really need. After we saw it too. One meeting to introduce the idea of being vulnerable to a group of individuals, because then other people start being vulnerable. We start talking about the things that might be holding us back, and guess what? It's also holding these other people back as well. Yeah. And there's nothing like saying, I have a problem in this area, and then 3 other people have the exact same problem in that exact same area. I mean, it's so powerful.
The observational learning, right? The observational learning that comes as a result of that vulnerability has been really special, really special. And then we had the one team member talk about feeling inadequate relative to her older peers, right? 26, 24, 25, 26-year-old woman. in a school district, feeling very vulnerable and insecure around her, let's say 55, 60-year-old peers. And the team rallied around her. They don't even know her.
I don't even know her. No, nobody really knows each other in the group.
But
I
they
mean, we know
know
each other
they-
now.
Right. But they know her character, right? They know who she is. They know what she believes. And the way she sat up straighter, the way she smiled, I mean, she's going to crush it next week, because next
Yeah.
week's when she's going to have the discussion, right? I mean, they prepared her. So anyway, we're going to launch a second one here probably in 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully people will be interested in joining. And then we'll move some other members into a much bigger, longer program. But
Yep.
Boy,
We're
long
doing
time
it.
coming, DJ.
There we go.
Long time coming.
Yep. A lot of hard work.
Yep, but good stuff. A lot of Friday nights like this one. Yeah, they won't look at this video on Friday, but
Yep.
here it
This
is.
was-
Friday night, 8:30 on a Friday night, and DJ and I are making videos.
And I have 9 of my buddies downstairs blasting music, getting drunk out of their minds.
Yeah. And here we are.
That's what we do, and we love it, and we'll keep doing it.
Yeah. All right, DJ, character strengths, love it. Thank you so much. I guess maybe we're not as close as we thought. We got one of five.
We got one. That's 20%. That's not bad.
All right. Hey, have a great night. Acres Diamonds daily diamond number 59.
Nah.
Books.
See you.